Responsible
Hello
for this
everyone,
program.
welcome back to another part Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Sorry if I sound a little out of it. It's because my keyboard is being very weird. And it's pretty upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. So like, I spilt water, just a tad. Just a tad. Onto my computer. Keyboard, I mean. And ever since, it's been acting up. So I turned it off, unplugged it, and flipped it over, and I guess hopefully it'll work later. Anyways. Good thing I use a controller for this anyway. So, I guess that stressful intro out of the way. Let's just play some Labrys. Let's just do that. Initial boot successful. Timestamped 420. Nice. 1999. 10/16/39.
The boot process was successful. This happens every time, but I'm never sure what to say to them first.
You mean like a greeting? There's no need for that, they're just machines.
2 humans within visual range. Both male. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personnel identified as research staff. Not hostile targets.
Things like that might affect the performance of these models.
Because they have a mind? Their emotions and things are completely faked. It's no different than an AI. It can't possibly be that sensitive.
Scanning for keywords in conversation. Running logical analysis. Cross-referencing the related data. Current conversation topic is not orders.
Well, until we rule it out completely, we should at least be kind to them.
So you say. All right, from this moment on, you will be registered as candidate unit number 031. Please repeat your number back to me.
Confirming first order. Initializing unit number. Output via voice requested. Activating voice synthesis module. Accepting input.
Unit number 031.
Did its pronunciation sound a little odd to you?
You're worrying too much. Let's hurry up and haul it out.
Receiving action plan through console. Combat test against others of the same unit. Test commencing immediately after entering shock-resistant chamber within the lab. Frame stored within cage for transport. Beginning transport.
Ah, so this is the one. I've been waiting to see it in action.
Transport complete. Cage reopened. New human found. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personnel also identified as research staff. Female. Cutting connection to outside data supply. Connection offline. Commencing cable disconnection.
Now, try getting up.
Order confirmed. Get up. Initiating motion synchronization engines for motor functions. Accepting input. Safety limiters active. Balance control gyros functional. Overall movement systems functional.
This model's loaded with a nearly pure form of that crystal. I can't wait to see what kind of results it gets.
Unit number 031, can you hear me? Confirm your surroundings. Tell us any abnormalities you're feeling in your sensors or any other functions.
Order confirmed. Beginning simple self-diagnostic. Temperature, humidity, pressure, air composition, lumens, sound all within normal levels. Visual data with an expected color spectrum. All systems
The
functional.
readouts seem fine. Monitoring system is fully operational.
Okay, we're gonna test your performance inside the battle chamber now. When you hear the buzzer, consider everything that moves an enemy and eliminate them.
Order confirmed. Awaiting the signal to begin the test. Exit confirmed to be sealed. Room shape, approximately cylindrical. Height, approximately 11 meters. Area, approximately 154 square meters. High energy light sources found on outer wall. Assumed to be fire resistant and bulletproof.
Sorry to do this just after you've woken up, but it'll be good to put you through your paces.
Release of facing hatch detected. Mobile objects intruding into chamber. 7 objects in total. Scanning for visual matches. Analysis, non-human. Confirmed to same model units of humanoid weapons. Hostile markers confirmed. Classifying as hostile units. Releasing safety limiters. Combat limiters now set at 70%. Exits confirmed resealed. Test commencement signal received. Targets, hostile humanoid weapons. Commencing battle. Alright then, so be it. All targets eliminated. Hostile units no longer capable of motion. Test termination signal received. Battle complete.
That was better than we could have hoped for.
Hey, what's with all the bodies? You made it fight that many on its first time?
Don't worry, it did great. This is a new high score for the first battle results.
High score. Dude, that was like straight up murder. Murdering the same thing that she is. Like, I mean, well, I guess thing is very rude to say, but anyways. She is highly intelligent, and I think it is unfair to call her a weapon. Same with the other things. So, yeah. Very awful.
Well done, unit number 031. Stand by for further instruction.
Order confirmed. Exiting test chamber. Beginning transport to maintenance room. Resetting safety limiters. Taking seat in maintenance chair.
We're done testing, but there's still one thing left to do today. I'm going to temporarily shut down your optics. Can you close your eyes?
Order confirmed. Shutting optic inputs. Connecting cables. Online confirmed. Switching a portion of data supply to outside source.
We're gonna transfer the data from the destroyed units into your memory.
What? Are you kidding me? You're just gonna like give her information in like audio, feelings, emotions, like everything they all felt of her just like murdering them. You're gonna give that to her. I think it was bad enough having her watch it herself, doing it. Dude, this is messed up.
Run a diagnostic check while we're doing it and report any malfunctions. Understood?
Order confirmed. Readying self-diagnostic. Initiating data transfer. Initiating personality module link. Initiating diagnostic for transfer data and sorting procedures. Sector 1. Close combat control data. Will investigate improvement of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Dividing into categories was for sorting. Sector 2. Evasive action control data. Will investigate improvement of tactical patterns through synthesis of acquisition data. Same one. Dividing into categories for sorting. Non-battle battle data. Error. Excluding. Sector 4, non-battle data. Error, excluding. Battle-related. What could this be? These be. Momentary disruption of data from visual information stream. A room that is not in this place. Outdoor scenery thought to be at night. Scenes of multiple units of the same type gathering outside of the battle chamber. Could these be memories? Visual memories? You're obviously unrelated to the mission. Why have apparently purposeless memories have been preserved this long? 20 to 40% of the informational data extracted from all 7 units are confirmed to be such information. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me? That much? Dude, that is so messed up. Incomprehensible. What is
Anything
this?
to report?
Cables disconnected. Time elapsed during data transfer. Approximately 5 minutes. Reopening optic inputs. Collaborating servos.
All right then, unit number 031, give us a simple report of today's battle results.
Order confirmed. Delivering oral report of test results.
This was the first test battle against others of my model. 7 units destroyed. Below 15% damage sustained. Don't seem to be any problems.
Was that...
Unusual expression detected from research staff. Facial recognition library indicates surprise.
Did I say something funny?
Does it have an accent?
Accent? Do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth?
No, we do, but
See? I wasn't hearing things. The unit's speech really is peculiar.
You don't need to yell.
Is the language interface not set to default? Sheesh. If we'd known this, we would have reset it in advance.
Yeah, the base's personality might be coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the volunteers were from the Kansai area.
I think you'll leave it. I like it.
but it just woke up. Would it be exhibiting such distinct mannerisms this early?
It may be the effect of an enlarged plume of dusk, the basis of their mind. Perhaps it's accelerating their personality development.
Exchange of options, taking on an unexpected aberrance in speech pattern. Hypothesis offered that language interference settings fall outside of expected result. Review of accent conversation does reveal certain discrepancies. Internal monologue is within expected patterns. Oral input induces anomalies. Anomalies not affecting meaning. No impediments The communication predicted.
But I don't want to waste this feedback data. Those are the best results we've ever seen.
I hope the voice is fine. I'm trying to get a good accent, but I don't know if I can copy it too well.
Leave it. It'll be fine. It can understand us anyway. This is just one of those things that makes science interesting.
There you go again. This unit is going to be communicating with the others. What if this effect spreads? Not only that, but because this is an anomaly, it doesn't seem to have a 100% accurate accent either.
But if it has a personality, that might speed up the development of its mind.
Yeah, she's right.
The 3 researchers are standing around the maintenance chair. Each holds a tablet and examines the display of them on the chair.
All right, unit number 031, we'll explain things from the top.
Voice pattern consistent with research staff.
You are a weapon created to fight against unique enemies. Therefore, your combat performance is prioritized over all else. But in order for you to use a particular ability, you've been given a certain amount of awareness. And that makes your performance difficult to quantify. So we've been pitting test units against each other as a selective growth process.
Growth process. Go to hell.
It's all in the service of achieving higher performance. And we don't want to waste any plumes of dusk.
Accessing archives. Search of turn, plume of dusk. 1 match found. A crystalline substance in the core personality modules. Name derives from the thin plate-like shape, resembling a shed bird's feather. In addition to its circuit-like structure, it has an unnatural vital reaction in response to external stimulus. Similar to a living thing, yet different. It is thought to exist in a state between mind and matter. Mass and information. The details are unknown. There are 12 other subheadings classified under level 7 clearance. Access denied. Matter interpreted as the core personality modules.
But regardless of your ego, there is one rule you must abide by. You might as well think of it as an order.
1 rule to abide by. Awaiting order.
The only order is to destroy everything we identify as enemies and to emerge victorious. Though your ego will give you some flexibility when planning tactics, there's no need to think about extraneous side issues. Use everything you have to win a fight. That's all you need to concentrate on.
Order confirmed.
Understood.
Destroy identified enemies and emerge victorious. A clear order. It is consistent with the role of the weapon. No abnormalities. Everything is clear. Gotcha. Underwent maintenance on the chair after the test battle. Post-rebirth diagnosis showed status normal. The time was 1900. Research staff set new activity cycle. All units will exit standby mode at 9. Tests will be conducted at regular intervals until 1700. Maintenance will take place until 1900. Afterwards, time is allowed to be spent in an outdoor area of the grounds. On returning, enter standby mode within the cage. Instructions are to repeat these actions until unable to move. The next item on the new schedule is to spend time in the outdoor area. Parameters for spending time unknown. Hypotheses that the meaning is to remain on standby and wait for time to pass. Hypotheses unnecessary. The schedule must be followed. Exiting the building. Outdoor area reached. Light levels limited due to time of day. Many trees still visible in the environment. It's still almost entirely consistent with known data from the off-limits area. The ground is different from the laboratory's artificial flooring. The soil is exposed. Various natural plants are here. A certain amount of time must be spent here. The intention may be to heighten basic response capabilities in the natural world. Others of the same unit can be seen stepping into the central area, reassessing the surroundings on various spectra. Unlike combat tests, no hostile unit markers ahead. Hypothetical. In combat under current conditions, what tactics would be effective? I reassess the surroundings. As I have as a combat environment, I assign value to various geographical features. I survey the topography on the outskirts of the environment. I detect unusual movement on one unit. Other units are also surveying the environment, but this unit crouched while doing something with its right arm. I do not deem this unit's unusual action to be a threat. I approach it in order to make inquiries. Upon my approach, the unit turns around and stands.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Aw, she's cute. I like her hair. I process this statement. Its conversational gambit is unexpected. I find no prepared response in my libraries.
You mean like how this is our first encounter? In that case, yeah. What are you doing here?
I've never heard your accent before. It's intriguing.
They said stuff about my accent too earlier. Do I really talk that funny?
I wouldn't say it's strange. It was just surprising.
The unit looks over again, and then speaks quietly to something in its right hand. I examine what it holds. It's an organism. Its body is covered in white fur.
What's that thing?
It's a dog. It must have wandered in.
Organisms' perimeters are consistent with access data on dog. Its size does not present a threat. The search of its specific breed is cancelled.
A dog.
The unit turns and gazes back at me.
My unit number is 024. I wouldn't call it my name, but that's how they refer to me.
Oh my goodness. She's like so advanced.
What's yours?
The unit has provided its designation, despite no prior inquiry. Reason unknown.
I'm unit number 031.
They're up to the 30s. I see. That must mean they're finally creating units loaded with full-sized ones.
The dog barks. A scan of the surroundings shows several units turning to investigate. All units ignore it and look away.
This one wants to say hello too.
It does? You can understand what dogs say?
Dogs. I have to get used to how some of these pronunciations are. I don't know if they're accurate to the accent that this voice actor is trying to portray, but I'm hoping that I'm getting at least close to that one. So, yeah, anyways.
Kind of. After carefully comparing its mannerisms and slight variances in its barking, I just figured it out.
Its right hand pats the dog's head, while it lifts its left scratches the dog's neck. Number 024 continues to make various forms of contact with the dog. 24's actions are consistent with styles of communication. Hypothesis. The object of spending time in this area is to develop communicative skills. Conversing with the others of the same unit and refining communication will enhance cooperative tactics. Counterpoint. No value detected in communicating with organisms not of the same unit or human.
What's the point in doing that with a dog?
The point? There isn't one, I suppose.
There is no point. Unexpected response strongly indicates that 024 is not like the other units.
Are you interested in what I'm doing, though?
Interested? Is there interest involved? It seems to be the case. Unsure of purpose of earlier question to 024. Why ask it? Oral sensors detect electric noise. Recognized as pseudo-information involving no sound waves, yet perceived as sound data. It is the alarm signaling the end of this activity. All other units begin moving as one towards the building. Number 2, 24 talks to the dog and it cradles.
Sounds like that's all the time we have today.
Eh.
I need to get back.
I'm not used to this accent. Number 24 crouches while petting the dog's fur-covered body and releases it onto the ground. Number 24 stands up again and turns around.
I hope to see you again.
Number 24's expression changes as it says this. This movement of the lips is known as a smile. It is shown when humans experience happiness. Contradiction. Number 24 is a weapon, yet it makes that expression. No hypothesis found. Or is there no point to it as well? Spare cognitive process rerouted to analysis. Still, I cannot understand it. Me either, but it's very cool. The next day, after being released from standby, I am assigned to do a test battle at the orders of my unit as yesterday. Order confirmed. I am taken to the same chamber. Battle commences. I destroy the other 3 units and sustain little damage. As I wait there, the researchers come in. All have what seems to be high praise for my abilities. I do not understand how I should react to this. Should I give an expression of joy? As number 24 did? The researchers crouched next to the units I destroyed and began to work on them. I think back to recall that they underwent this process yesterday as well. I am curious as I approach them. They open a slit near the unit's neck and use tweezers to remove the bluish-white plate-like object. It shines. They put the object into a petri dish. The distinct shine, neither strong nor weak, is like no similarities found. I am sure it is similar to something, but I cannot access the relevant memory.
Well, let's get right to the feedback on today's battle.
As I sit in the maintenance chair, they connect the cable to me. The cable terminates at the midsection of a large device where petri dishes from earlier are placed. There are a total of 3. Each contains a bluish-white plate-like object.
What's that?
The researcher's expression subtly changes. She is surprised, and only lasts for a moment before it fades.
This is a plume of dusk. Each of the units you destroyed had one inside them. These are much smaller than the one installed in you, though.
I know what this is. This is a plume of dusk, installed in me too. The unknown substance forms the core of my personality module. I was aware of its existence, but this is the first time seeing it. These are the 3 personality cores of the units I destroyed. They contain not only combat data, but memories of and experiences. Again, still very messed up. It is not long before the extracted data download begins. I sort for the data relevant to it, enhancing battle performance, and incorporate into my own. The process takes much less time than the original transfer from yesterday. During that time, I recall what took place last night. There are cases where non-combat data is being preserved. Such memories are included in this download as well. Visual memories of the outdoors at night. Memories very similar to that one in yesterday's download too. Probably from the time I spent outdoors area. The units I destroyed seem to have assigned these memories the same priority as combat data. Why though? It is effective in learning communicative skills, but that is a lower priority than combat. The visual element preserved here is irrelevant. Wait. Hypothesis. The units I destroyed had their own priorities and values, other than executing orders and performing in battle. This line of thought leads to a realization. This thought process I am undergoing right now. It is not executing an order, nor is it contributing to battle performance. I once again looked towards the plume of dusk inside the Petri dish. Something almost exactly like it is installed in me. Then, were the destroyed units thinking all along the similar lines as me until yesterday? I feel a twinge within me. It is different from detecting an error or interference. What is this? I have no answer. Dude, this is so morbid. Ugh. My second night of spending time in the outdoor area came. I started approximately 30 minutes later than yesterday, but there was very little variance in weather and temperature. The difference is trivial. The night sky is the same soft brightness. The wind and the trees are no different. Without understanding why, I initiated a data search regarding the tree that catches my eye. I learned that the tree varies slightly from the specimens of its kind found in natural areas. Though this topography seems natural, it may be cultivated and managed by the facility. I decided to traverse the outskirts as I did yesterday. It is not long before a familiar unit comes into my view. There is no need to run for a scan for visual matches. I know that its unit is 024. 24's left side is turned towards me. It is sitting on a large rock. Then I approach, 24 notices me and turns around.
Are you looking for something?
24 initiates conversation.
Huh? Who, me?
I just wondered if you were looking for me. I did express a hope yesterday that we would meet again after all.
That is so sweet. I was looking for 24. It's true, I may have been. I began walking the same route as yesterday, but once 24 came into view, I changed course to approach. I may have been searching for 24 in this area. Did I desire to reunite with 24? Why? Am I silent due to the lack of explanation? 24. Of an explanation. 24 smiles again. A smile. What was the cause of that expression this time? I do not comprehend. Like so many other things.
Would you like to sit with me? This rock is large enough to accommodate us both. It would be more relaxing than standing.
Thanks.
I sit in the offered space and gaze at the same scenery 24 is looking at.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
I decide to voice the doubt I experienced during the combat test today. In my limited experience, 24 has a better comprehension for such matters.
Do other units think about stuff that doesn't have to do with fighting and missions?
Do you have such thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I can't really say. Feels like I do, though.
24 is silent for a duration before speaking again.
Units of our model are all given a mind. It's so that we can eventually develop what is called an ego. The reason our appearance closely resembles that of humans is related. It's to foster self-awareness similar to a human's. Have you not been told about personas?
Personas?
The word is unknown to me. Accessing archives. Searching for persona. Over 1,000 headings found. I must filter the results further. Which subject is 24 referring to? I am silent as I think. 24 smiles again and resumes the conversation.
It's an ability expected of us that normal weapons don't have. The conditions to use one are theoretically already loaded in us. But a well-defined ego seems to be necessary to activate it.
I am already aware that we have to be given a mind. Today I saw for myself the part that forms our personalities. Is it an activation triggered by development of communication skills? I still do not have a good grasp on it, though 24 continues to speak.
That's why I'm sure there are others with thoughts that do not pertain to missions.
Also, I would just like to say, I know it's 24, but I'm just saying 24. That would seem to be the case.
Then Maybe those I fought up till now.
2-4 trains its gates on me.
And how does that make you feel? The opponents you destroyed may have thought similar things to what you just did.
Do I feel things? I cannot say for sure. I am unable to respond to the question. 2-4's expression changes again. The expression could be classified as a smile, but it is suddenly different from the ones I have catalogued as experiencing before. Mixed with the joy and gladness of previous smiles, the one contains a slight hint of sorrow?
It's okay. You don't need to come up with an answer right now. It actually may be better to forget it. After all, tomorrow we may find ourselves ordered to destroy each other.
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. Let's get out of here. Let's fucking run. This is awful. This is just horrible. Okay, we can escape. We are engineered weapons. If they come at us, we can just destroy them. Let's get the hell out of here. Once again, I detect a twinge inside from hearing 2-4's statement. It's similar to what I sensed during battle transfer today. What is that wavers inside me? I'm about to be lost in thought again. But as if to prevent that from happening, the signal from our schedule shift echoes in each of our ears.
It's time. I hope we meet again.
As 2-4 quietly stands up, I detect an expression I have come to know. Another smile. It appears as if 2-4 is adopting these small, smooth changes in expression, naturally and not deliberately. I wonder if I will eventually be able to do the same. Dude. She is a person. Both of these people. Another night passes. Another combat test takes place the next day. Just as scheduled, I face units flagged as enemies within the test chamber. I am overwhelmed with a strange sensation. The way that my opponents are expressionless now seems strange to me. There is no intent of cognition evident in the faces. They wear no expressions. They are blank. There is nothing wrong with them. That would be my normal assessment, but I recall 2-4's image. The blankness of these faces and 2-4's expressionless face is different somehow. Even when 2-4 had no particular expression, it was not this blank, not every portion of the face was neutral. Further analysis shows that the same is true for humans. The researchers are never completely mechanical and expressionless. I look at the hostile flagged units again. They are the same unit type as me. They were given a mind and may potentially develop an ego later. I recall 2-4's statement again. Do you feel something when you destroy an opponent that may be thinking the same things as you? I am on the verge of entering a long train of thought and the enemy moves. I shake off my doubts and focus on the battle. I study the opponent's movements. I formulate the most efficient method of damaging it. I execute the method. Over and over. The array of actions I select and my flexibility in linking them will decide the outcome. Having already received 10 units worth of downloaded data, I am likely second in none regarding the scope of possibilities in this respect. At times, I can even anticipate the next action, since my opponents are the same unit type as me. The tactics are determined using the same thought process as mine. That's right. They think the same as me. Eventually, after approximately 4 minutes pass, all opponents are silenced. I successfully executed my mission. Ugh. The day after that, I achieved victory in the combat test with the same efficiency. It is easy to eliminate them. At first I began targeting the weapons. It is not always necessary to destroy the main body. If they are incapable of resisting further, the battle is over. It is the most effective way. Aww. She's not like attacking them. And I guess that's not really rebelling. They don't need them to be smashed. I win the next day, and the day after that. Units geared for close combat with no external weapons give me no choice but to damage the chassis. But even then, there's an order to things. If I destroy parts that present a threat, such as motor functions or the limbs, the match should be considered as won. Oh. Soon afterwards, the buzzer signaling the end of the test echoes, just as I expected. I catch myself rushing over to the unit collapsed on the ground. I have only destroyed the unit's arms and legs. It is still conscious. But I realize I do not know its unit number. I am at a loss to how to address the unit. The opponent asked me a question, then that I did not expect.
You seemed to deliberately avoid attacking the face or the neck in that battle. Why?
Huh?
I am momentarily at a loss for words. What the unit says is true. There is no damage to its face. I review my actions during the battle, and find that at no point did I attack its neck either. The cranial region is where a plume of dusk is housed. If it is destroyed in any type of unit, that unit will fall. Aiming to disarm an opponent is effective, but targeting weaknesses is obviously a more efficient tactic. Aiming to disarm an opponent— oh, goodness. Yet I avoided doing so?
Dunno.
Jeez. Wow. Hard to read. Researchers enter the chamber and hide the unit from my field of vision. I cannot determine whether my last words had an effect on the opponent's expression or not. Oh my god.
These past 3 days, it hasn't been destroying the other units beyond repair, like it did in the first battle.
It must be learning to finesse its attacks rather than just using brute force. The result? Swift, overwhelming victories.
Its evasive skills are improving as well. That level of flexibility and evasive action could never be replicated by chaining predefined maneuvers.
This unit's collected a good amount of feedback data too. It's growing steadily, feeding on the bones of its kills.
Shut the fuck up and don't say it like that.
You don't have to say it like that.
Exactly. That's just morbid. The researchers are preparing for the download. Oh yeah, right. Accent. Growing. Destroying them and absorbing the data. That's what growing is. Since I thoroughly destroyed a few of my opponents these last 2 days, some of their bodies were salvaged. While I downloaded their data, I always kept their still bodies within view. Ugh, there is a reason why whenever people are speaking a lot, they take breaks in between. Oh my god. It's not even like it hurts. It's just like my throat isn't getting sore. It's just speaking so long hurts my throat. Because I do speak a lot, just not this much, and especially not reading, or this accent. Anyways, just as the combat tests are repeated, my actions outside each night are repeated as well. I become aware that I'm seeking out 2-4 of my own will lately. When I attempt to communicate with other units, most often they cannot understand the meaning of my questions. This prevents us from conversing. They are divergent. But that may not be the only reason. I want to converse with 2-4. I have begun to desire it. When I go to see 2-4, the white dog I saw on the first day we met appears from somewhere.
This one seems to have been raised as a pet somewhere far away from here. But one day, it was brought to the forest near here and its owner suddenly disappeared.
It seems unlikely that 2-4 obtained such a detailed history of a stray animal from the research staff. Was all this information obtained by communicating directly with the animal? From a dog that does not speak human language?
Its name is apparently Snowy. At least, that's the name it responds to the most.
Ah, Snowy. That is adorable.
I thought it was a dog.
Oh, well, the name of this animal is a dog. But how do I put this? Snowy is what this specific dog is called.
Snowy.
Snowy barks once, as if comprehending its name.
It's white, like snow. Easy to remember.
When I reach out my hand, Snowy rubs its nose against it without being frightened. The way it presses against my fingers feels as if it's showing pride in its name. I do not know how tactical advantage that communicating with animals offers to a weapon, but I feel like there's value in spending time with it. I decide to spend my outdoor activity time today with following Snowy around with 2-4. It's so cute. It is outdoor activity time on the next night. When I arrive in the outdoor area, I am listening to a certain sound. I hear this sound immediately, every 4 to 7 seconds. I had wondered about the unknown ambient sound since the first day, but I had determined that it wasn't a threat and focused my consciousness on other things. Tonight I increase my microphone sensitivity to its maximum, and I concentrate on that sound. It is similar to something familiar. I scan my memories until I realize what it is. It is the sound of water. I hear it when the staff uses a device to clean their hands and tools. The waveform has some similarities to that. But if the sound is at the volume in such an open space, the volume of water must be higher than a normal supply would allow for. What could it be? I contemplate asking 2-4. It is clear that 2-4 knows much more than I do. I begin walking in search of 2-4. Where could 2-4 be? I go to where we spoke a number of times previously, but 2-4 is not there. 2-4 is also not at the rock we sat together. Is 2-4 not here? I quickly discard the possibility. We are not ordered to do what to do while we are here, but coming to this outdoor area is an order. If post-testing diagnostics show no abnormalities, we are all to report directly here. I consider this. If there are no abnormalities, I feel a twinge in my chest. It is larger than ever. 2-4 will be here if no abnormalities. But what if there were such abnormalities? What if 2-4 was damaged during combat tests? And sustaining damage is not necessary to the extent of the problem. Could it be? I realize that my arms are trembling slightly. It is not a conscious movement. I cannot make it stop. It is possible that perhaps 2-4 is lost in combat tests and was destroyed. In these circumstances, it would be expected for such a day to come. What if 2-4? What if she never came here again? Oh my god.
Oh, this is where you went. You weren't at the usual spot, so I was looking for you.
Oh my god. Oh, thank god. Don't pick me out like that. God damn it. Okay, well, if it didn't happen then, well, it's definitely a bad sign now, so. I think I'm ready to cry. Anyways, until I heard the voice from behind me, my senses had stopped accepting input. No sound, No light, nothing. All of them came back online with her voice. Oh my god. I turn around. 2-4 furrows her brow and looks into my face.
What's wrong? The look on your face seemed as if you saw something frightening.
My face? My expression? Frightening? Am I scared?
I do not comprehend. I cannot make that judgment.
Are you perhaps scared of fighting?
Nah, I don't think that's it. What is this? I can't tell.
Am I scared? Scared of what? That she will disappear? During an operation, it is possible that I might assign greater priority to other units' safety than my own. But we are not in an operation now. And this emotion is not the same anyway. It's a different emotion. An emotion? I have emotions? I look to 2-4's face pleadingly, but I cannot put my question into words. I cannot express my feelings to her. And though 2-4 sees this, she says nothing. She only smiles tenderly. It's the same smile she showed me once. It looks happy but also sad. During that night's outdoor activity time, neither 2-4 nor I spoke much. We just walked together side by side without saying anything. I do not take opportunity to ask her about the intermediate sound of water. God damn it. It is the next day. I detect some sort of weight in my chest. I am aware that there is no physical weight there. It is most likely a psychological phenomenon. I perform a vocabulary search. The idiom of being heavy-hearted applies best. I cannot help but find it amusing. It is a very apt phrase. But what is causing this heavy-heartedness? It's called anxiety, because you're in an awful fucking environment. That I may not be able to see 2-4 someday? That may be it. But I do not think that this is all. Over the next few days, I spent my time without finding an answer to this question. Each night after the combat test, when it's time for an outdoor activities, I seek out 2-4 first. And each time I confirm her presence, I feel indescribable sense of relief rush to her. Oh, and rush to her. We exchanged standard greetings in the first few days, but that practice was eventually discarded. Now there are no special greetings between us. We can understand each other without words. Our eyes and expressions communicate enough. Tonight I find 2-4 and rush to her as usual. There are no words, only an exchange of smiles. We begin walking together.
Do you remember me asking before if you were scared of fighting?
I nod.
To tell the truth, I'm scared of it too.
Oh my god. Please let nothing happen to these two. I know that 2-4 is like... You haven't seen her yet. So I really do have a bad feeling with all these flags showing up. But please, don't let it happen. The confession is surprising. It is counter to our nature as weapons. Yet for some reason I am not surprised by it.
I'm afraid I'll lose and be destroyed. And it's painful for me to make others go through the same ordeal. We may be weapons, but shouldn't we be driven by more than seeking victory? I've been wondering that for a long time.
But that's against orders.
2-4 gives a half-hearted smile.
I'm sure things would probably be much simpler if I stopped thinking and just obeyed orders. Unfortunately, I finally found it. I found my answer.
Your answer?
There's someone I want to meet. I feel like meeting this person is my own objective and not an order given to me.
Since we have never left this facility, we have absolutely no acquaintances with outside people. There should be no relationship, but I immediately understand. This person she wants to meet is someone on the outside. Even I don't know why I thought so. But when I reflected upon that thought, the indescribable wavering within me becomes greater than ever.
Ever since I started thinking that I was scared to fight, each day was painful for me. If I'm going to feel this way until the day I lose, I even thought it would be better if I lost on purpose. But I won't think that anymore. I feel glad now that I exist. I mean, we're loved after all.
Loved?
That's right.
I repeat that to myself. The word loved. I do not comprehend. But when I look at her gaze, her clear eyes seem to be beyond the sky. Her statement seems correct. I feel that this must be something vital. As I watch her try to express something without words, it is hard to believe that she is the same unit type as me. It seems important that she is. It seems more that she is human.
Why are you telling me this?
It's probably because I didn't think anyone but you would understand.
Oh my god.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure I really get it either.
I'm sure you'll understand one day. I hope so anyway.
Sheesh. Why you gotta be so cryptic?
No. 2-4 is laughing at this. It is the purest smile I have catalogued. I know without comparing it to anything that it is a smile of pure joy. I detect Snowy playing at my feet. After playing at 2-4's feet too, Snowy runs off about 3 meters and then turns around. Its tail moves vigorously back and forth. Soon afterwards, Snowy sits on the ground and looks up at 2-4. I watch 2-4 crouch and pet its head. I am thinking back about other things. Things besides fighting and defeating the nearest enemy. My own objective. Someone to meet. I still do not fully comprehend. But the way she is playing with Snowy tonight looks more fun than ever. Her smile seems very natural. If the answer she discovered is the origin of the smile, I would like to understand it someday too. I can feel that desire budding inside me. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of reading. And emotions. Oh my god. Once again, I participate in a combat test. Once again, I claim victory without destroying my opponent. I target only weapons and limbs. I elect not to employ the tactic of targeting the weakness in other cranial regions. I believe that if they think the same things as I do, they would not wish to find the personality modules to cease functioning. Though even if I do not destroy them, the research staff will remove their plumes of dusk. Either way, their functions will be suspended. My actions are difficult to justify, but I feel that suspension through destruction is not a suitable end for them. That is what I think when I rationalize it by applying criteria to myself. I do not think anyone would want their consciousness to be terminated by those like them. I find myself conscious of the damage I sustain and efficiency in combat than ever. Depending on my results, I may eventually be ordered to destroy them. To prevent that from happening, I must continue fielding favorable results. It becomes easy to continue fighting with that objective in mind. That is becoming my new objective. I am theoretically being tested on, destroying my opponents. But I begun fighting so that they will not be destroyed. Paradoxically, this has caused my results to improve. Could this be considered going against orders? My strike shatters the servos in an opponent's pivot leg. She falls to the ground, unable to stay upright. Her weapon has already been destroyed. She should be incapable of resisting now, but the buzzer signaling the end of the test does not sound. As I wonder why, I hear grating metallic sound from the opponent. She leaps onto me with her with one good arm and
What's
leg.
the matter, number 031? Hurry up and terminate the target.
I do not know what to do. My opponent is acting contrary to her own safety. I grant this the only action left to her, but she will destroy herself before inflicting any damage on me. A tactic that put one's life at risk like that. Putting one's life at risk? What am I saying? What? We are weapons. We exist to obey orders. We cannot prioritize self-preservation without a change in those orders. That is why she has challenged me to a fight. She will do so until all of her circuits or servos burned out and she becomes incapable of function. As she grapples with me, I put my hands on her neck and squeeze. I adjust my grip strength limiters to 70% of maximum. The opponent's body makes an abnormal sound. After this, I sense the main lines of the bridge unit snap half inside the soft structure. Her movement stops. Oh my god. The limbs go flaccid, indicating loss of consciousness. I can see my reflection in her optic inputs. They have lost their focus and look like black holes. I gasp. The face I see reflective in them is not expressionless. How should this expression be classified? I have seen it sometimes when 2-4 smiles. Oh god. Oh no. This face indicates sadness. Oh. The buzzer signaling the test end finally rings. Fuck. God fucking damn it. The researchers enter the chamber. I am used to this scene now.
That was pretty impressive. You think it's because of the size of her plume? Funny that one little part could make such a difference.
Indeed. Most of it is due to differences in their tactical mentalities. It may be on the cusp of what we would call an ego.
Considering how everything's been going so far, I'm starting to believe more in persona abilities.
One little part? Is it true that the plume of dusk installed in me is comparatively the largest among units of my type? But does this part determine everything about us? 2-4's smile seems much more human than mine. I find myself opening my mouth to speak. But I realize the statement I am about to deliver is a protest I am quick to abort. Was I about to deny my staff's authority? They speak to me. My confusion seems to have gone unnoticed.
Well done, unit number 031. That was an impressive display of destruction. Plus you cleanly severed its transmitter, leaving the plume of dusk unharmed. That's certainly ending things on a high note.
Ending things on a high note. An active destruction is a high note? The researchers look at each other while holding the petri dish with the bluish-white plate-like object. One of them says, "This is the one."
All right, number 031. As of today, the test battles are finished.
Wait, what? Huh? Wait, okay, hold on. That's good, but that could also be bad.
Huh? It's over?
I cannot help questioning the unexpected
All
statement.
the results indicate that you have the very highest performance out of all the units of your model.
I'd say we can go ahead and earmark unit number 031 to be the base for developing the 5th generation.
The base.
Wait. Wait, you mean you're gonna take her... You're gonna take her plume? No. No, you can buck right off. You can shove those plumes directly up your... Okay, never mind.
It means that you're the winner.
Winner. No one's a winner here. The combat tests are over. Will I no longer be required to fight? A strangely intense sensation of relief fills me. It's not because I won and earned some kind of reward. If the tests have ended, those of my unit type that are not yet destroyed can escape that fate. Interesting. It seems that I was reluctant to destroy them after all. my priorities become inverted. Yet I am so happy that I smile. The researchers notice this expression as well as smile back. And smile back.
Okay, we're going to begin the usual review of the feedback. So come over here.
I have a bad feeling. When the download begins, the memories and thoughts of my recent opponent flow into me, along with vivid images. Shifting through battle data has become a routine I have repeatedly so often, and I am barely conscious of it now. I pursue the non-combat memories she preserved. It is the landscape of an outdoor area again. At first, I could only vaguely recognize it, but now I can pinpoint exactly where this memory is from. It is near the biggest tree. The memory is of flowers. There are images of a small shoot, a budding plant, and a blossoming flower. She must have had interest in the concept of growth. For we machines, the growth of individual is an unknown concept. I'm gonna have to take a second, everyone. Hold on. Been talking too much. But one of us took an interest where I only had seen it as part of the landscape. It seems that she too had her own thoughts, unrelated to our orders and battle performance. She simply did not show it. I recall what 2-4 said. My own objective, and not an order given to me. The twinge in my chest returns. I'll make sure to hold tight to your memories. This was the thought that formed in my mind. Wait. Once again, it's time to spend time outdoors. I quickly meet up with 2-4. It seems she was looking for me as well. Oh, thank God.
Hey, can I talk to you for a while? The lab boys told me today that they were putting the kibosh on the test battles.
I see. It's over then.
Look, I've been thinking. If they end up tossing us out soon because of that, I want to go with you to go see that person you were talking about. The one you wanted to meet.
Exactly. Go now. Just run the fuck away.
I might even put in a formal request about it to the lab boys.
2-4 takes my right hand. Before I can determine her intent, she pulls a cable from her wrist and connects it to the port of my own. She looks at my face in silence. Thinking that she wants to confirm that the tests are in fact over, I nod. But the data that transforms is from her to me. The packets that flow through the cable from a single very small archive file.
If you are still safe when everything is over, open this file.
2-4 removes the cable, but keeps hold of my hand.
What do you mean, when everything is over? How come I can't look at it now?
Oh God. I think she knows that she's gonna... For fuck's sake.
If I had to answer, I would say because it wouldn't be fair.
Fair?
She smiles and does not answer. It is that same unsure expression. It is a smile, but there's a sadness in it.
It would be wonderful if I could go with you to see her.
Don't fucking kill her off, goddammit.
Her? So this person you're looking forward to meeting is a girl?
2-4 nods
It's
slowly.
strange. Even though my wish may not come true, I still feel satisfied for some reason. How bizarre. It's a fervent wish of mine, too.
She looks towards the sky and smiles faintly. This time it contains more than sadness. There are too many emotions for me to raise, all reflected in that one expression.
I believe in you. I can tell you this because I trust you. Maybe that's why I feel so at peace.
Huh?
Maybe this is what it is to feel alive.
Alive. It has happened again. I do not comprehend the meaning of the word, yet I feel a twinge inside. I look at the sky and attempt to follow her gaze. There is nothing to hint at her meaning, but I still wanted to get closer to her. She wishes for me to understand. I want to grant her wish. From then on, we spend our time looking up at the sky in silence. Eventually, the signal "time is up" reaches our ears. That is when I notice the moon has appeared from behind the laboratory buildings. I see. I thought that light emanating from the plumes of dusk reminded me of something. I now know what it is. It is very similar to the light of the moon in the night sky. Damn it. Just don't kill her off. Like, I don't know, go somewhere too far. Don't fucking die. Please. The sun rises and the next day arrives. After coming out on standby, I am ordered to enter the shock-resistant chamber once again. From what I am told, it is for a different purpose than the combat tests. Soon afterwards, the 3 researchers who supervise the feedback downloads appear.
Sounds like it's decided. We'll discontinue use of the name Unit Number 031. Generation 5 Labrys will be this unit's new name.
Labrys.
That's your name. The official one's much longer. Generation 5 Anti-Shadow...
5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon Labrys. How hard is that to remember?
Labrys.
The designation by a name, that is not a number. I never questioned being called 31 until now. Nothing about it seemed awkward. But I wonder why I'm happy now to have acquired a name. Even my designation changes, it will not have concrete effect on my abilities. But by discarding my number for a name, it feels as if I'm no longer one of the series with minute variations. I'm a discrete individual. That may be why. I find myself smiling as a result.
From now on, the battles you fight will not be to test your performance. They'll be geared toward drawing out a persona. First, you will fight all the remaining units of your model type. Your objective is to destroy them. Every last one.
No. Fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you all. You son of a bitch.
Huh?
Oh, God. I am perplexed at the disconnect between their tone of voice and the specifics of the order. Fight against all remaining units of my model type? Destroy every last one of them?
The fear impulse and self-preservation instinct seem to be the key to activating a persona.
Oh my God. Ugh. Why don't I just turn my gun on you? Why don't I just get rid of all of you? I think the robots are more human than you all.
This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress.
Stress? Come on, you don't have to go this far.
Huh? Well, that's a first. And none of them have ever protested like that. Well, at least that's a sign that its ego is developing.
You told me it was over. I thought I wouldn't have to do these things anymore.
No, of course it wasn't over. It never was. It's all just some test.
You.
Ain't there some other way? If there is, please, let me do that instead. I don't want to fight him anymore.
The 3 researchers look at me with apparent surprise in their faces. Did my protest get through to them? I hope so, but...
That's a surprise. Such natural speech patterns. I hadn't thought its personality would develop this fast.
All the data's being recorded now. Let's compare them and look at which stages they improve at.
They smile while muttering to themselves. I am at a complete loss for words. They are not machines, but humans. And on top of that, they are my creators. Surely they are able to understand what I am saying. Yet the current expression... Until now, I thought that they were able to understand people who treated us as close to human. I was wrong. I am only an object to them. No matter what I say, they will see it only as a response to stimulus. Behind their gentle attitudes, we are nothing more than test subjects. They had no emotional attachment to. They do not focus on what I am saying. They are only interested in it as a reaction. Fucking son of a bitch. The researchers ignore my stunned silence and hastily leave the chamber. Good. The faster you get out, it's probably best that you never come back in here. The figures are hidden behind the hatch. Soon, with a terrible low-pitched sound, the hatch on the other side opens. You're right where the opponents come through. I will be forced to fight again today. And in the days to come, I must continue to destroy my opponents each time. I cannot find the words I want to say. I slowly turn my head towards the hatch. But what I see there truly leaves me at a loss for words. Oh God. Oh God, no. The opponent emerging from the hatch is 2-4. And there is no smile or sadness on her face. She is quietly standing there, expressionless. 2-4 steps into the chamber while gazing at my face. The hatch slowly closes behind her.
No! Why?
Even I do not know who the question is addressed to. Why is she here? Because she was ordered. Do I have to fight her now? It is not quite sinking in yet, but in a sharp tone I have never heard from her before, she yells to me what I must do.
Draw your weapon.
I can't.
If you don't fight, you'll lose. I will end up destroying you. Are you willing to accept that?
Why? Why are you saying this stuff?
2-4 ignores my question and reaches behind the back with her right hand. The multi-use weapon unit releases from her back. It becomes a great sword in her right hand. It is approximately 1.5 meters as long as she is tall. It is also alarmingly wide and fitted with propulsion devices. It is difficult to process seeing the weapon pointed at me.
If you fear being destroyed, if you have a heart capable of fear, then there's no need to hesitate. That alone gives you the right to attack me with all your strength.
But doesn't the same go for you?
I cannot help but plead. 2-4 does not answer. But it appears that a very small smile forms on her
You
lips.
said there was someone you wanted to meet. I can't fight you knowing that.
I don't like this. I turn and appeal to the researchers watching us from the other side of the glass wall.
Come on! Stop this! I don't want to fight anymore!
I press against the transparent wall and continuously strike it with my fist. Though my safety limit is disabled, it must be coated with something. I cannot even scratch it. The researchers standing on the other side are completely expressionless. It is as if they are machines themselves. I beg and plead, but they do not respond. If only there wasn't such a clear glass between us. I'm so frustrated. Why? I then hear 2-4 speak up weakly behind me.
Only one of us can exit this chamber.
Huh?
They never told you, since you were strong enough, that battles never lasted very long. But that's the rule of this place. The only time the door leading beyond that transparent wall opens is when one of us is considered unable to fight. From the start, this whole setup never took our feelings into account.
I cannot say nothing. I can see from her words what atrocious battles we were forced upon her.
But talking like this is a waste of time. I can see I won't spur you into fighting with just words alone.
As soon as she finishes, 2-4 leaps into the air, swinging her sword at me. I quickly jump back and barely dodge the attack. Her sword slashes the space where I had been at a speed that could have killed me. The tip grazes the chamber floor. Red sparks fly. She is serious. It finally sinks in. I jump away and put distance between us.
I don't intend to meekly accept my destruction. I have my own goal, after all. Now, fight me.
I have no choice but to fight. But a thought crosses my mind. In terms of basic combat strength, mine is probably higher. Using my usual tactics, I should be able to destroy her weapon and disable enough of her servos to prevent her from attacking. 24's ego is without a doubt more highly developed than mine. It must be of value to the researchers. If I can render her incapable of acting, I may be able to avoid the order to destroy her when she is down. I decide to bet on that possibility. I shift my priorities and fight back with all my strength. I cannot do this empty-handed. I remove my own multi-function weapon from my back and shape it into a battle axe. It pains me to do this, but it is the only way. I repel 2-4's persistent sword strikes and go for a counterattack. I aim for the great sword's clasp with my battle axe. After a number of hits, it shatters. My next target is the transmission system of her shoulder and knee joints. In terms of output and movement itself, I detect various differences between us. Amongst those of my unit type, I awaken latest. Compared to 2-4, not only my personality module, but my limbs as well have been upgraded to the latest versions. It is only a matter of time. 2-4 loses virtually all offensive capabilities and falls on the floor. As I planned, 2-4 is mostly undamaged, apart from her weapon and motor functions. I immediately turn towards the researchers behind the invisible wall and raise my voice.
Isn't this enough? She had that ego thing way before me. Destroying her won't do anyone any good. Come on, have a heart.
But hearing this, the researchers only laugh. You want to see something truly inhuman? Foul creatures. Their faces as joyous as when they saw the results that suppressed their expectations. Why? What in this situation could cause such joy? 2-4's body collapsed on the floor, suddenly begins to convulse. It goes still for a few seconds, then although it should not be able to move, it drags itself up.
Huh? What the?
Unpleasant metallic sounds are coming from all over her body. It indicates that she is undergoing unreasonable stress. Still, No expression appears on 2-4's face. It is cold, dull like void. It is similar in appearance to the newly activated unit. I know as soon as I look at her. She would never make a face like this on her own.
What did you do to her?
It'll be coming at you with everything it has now. You better not hold back either. Number 024 had an excellent record against others of its model. Even you might have a hard time beating this one, Labrys.
I unconsciously find myself biting my lip. We are weapons. In other words, we are tools. Of course, there would be means to issue orders remotely. I recall that the one researcher said, "This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress." I'm not gonna say it. In other words, the more strongly I desire 2-4's survival, the stronger my reaction will be when I'm forced to destroy her. That is why they laughed. I can sense the strength draining from my shoulders. There is nothing more I can attempt. All I can do is end her. Behind me, 2-4, or rather her animated shell, approaches me. Its limbs are shaking. I suppress all thoughts unrelated to tactics and slowly turn around. My body goes cold. My arms move into position as if controlled by someone else and ready my weapon. It was not a close fight. Once I decided to finish this, once I was resolved to stop her, 2-4, as she is now, stood no chance against me. I fall to my knees next to 2-4. Her limbs have been shattered. She will never rise again. But my processes are overloaded with things I cannot understand. I feel as if all processing has slowed. 2-4's face is turned to the ceiling.
Are you not gonna look at me anymore? You're not gonna smile again?
Oh my god. I did not expect her to respond. But 2-4's face moved slightly. I stared at her without knowing how she would react. She turns her gaze to me and smiles.
I'm sorry to leave you alone. I leave the rest to you.
Oh my god. Those were the last words she spoke. I can't believe this. There is a smile on 2-4's dead face. She is smiling at the one who destroyed her and robbed her of her dream. All at once, everything hits me in a torrent of emotion and data. I've lost her. I did it. I took everything from her. My vision begins to fade. My thoughts go with it. I cannot determine whether the lights are actually dimming or if it was only my perception. It is too much to handle. I collapse to the ground helplessly, like a crumbling statue. The next time I awaken, I am lying inside a cage. It seems I was carried out by the test chamber. The download of 2-4's feedback data is about to begin. The researchers seem to have taken my sudden loss of consciousness seriously. I am confined in a cage instead of sitting in the usual maintenance chair. The researchers keep repeating to the word, interesting. So this is how they react when extreme mental stress is induced. I can hear their voices clearly. They seem to derive pleasure in the fact that I lost consciousness due to mental stress, rather than physical damage. Cables are connected to my body. One after another, the data download begins. All of 2-4's information, combat data, various records, and the memories she has experienced. All of it flows into me. My eyes widen in surprise. Everything is so vibrant. It's so clear that this is indistinguishable from actively experiencing them. This is the first time I have received memories with such vivid images. All of the images are linked to records of the emotions she felt in relation to them. They are so strongly linked to my screening protocols, I cannot distinguish them from human thought. The outdoor area where we spend time. I need a second. The big tree whose branches we examined. That sound of water we heard periodically. Snowy running around and playing. As I relive 2-4's experiences and pick up on an unfamiliar voice, there is no associated image data. Only the voice can be heard. It is a female voice. There is a female researcher at this facility. This voice belongs to a younger person, still in human developmental stages.
I know the world is a big place. And I know that there's a lot of people in it. But I won't be able to see it for myself, or meet many of them. I know that too. I'm too weak for that.
Her speech is different from the researchers and those of my unit type. It is very similar to my own speech output.
Thinking about it has made me sad more than once. But I didn't want to do nothing and be left with regrets. That was when my mom and dad looked into some options. And we decided to go with this experiment. If even a sick girl like me could make herself useful to others in this world, I thought I ought to go for it.
Who could this be? I know only that she is a female. She is in a situation where a condition prevents her from moving freely. It seems that instead of lamenting on that fact, she has decided to volunteer for an experiment of some kind. Where did 2-4 hear this voice? Did she know this person? I wish I could ask her, but this is no longer possible.
At first, I kept wondering how much I could really contribute. But after hearing more and more about the program, I started to wonder about the others more than myself.
Others? It is strange, but when I hear that, I feel 2-4's heart waver. Was she surprised? Perhaps even I feel something unexplainable.
Yeah. My big wish is to make myself useful to this world. But the ones born from me... Is born the right word for it? Kind of embarrassing. My other wish is that the ones born from me are happy. I doubt I'll be able to talk to them in person or stay with them, but I still wish from the bottom of my heart that they all have happy lives.
People's voices have unique characteristics. In the past, I would have expressed it as a variance of waveform. But each has what could be called its own texture and temperature to it. This voice sounds very warm and kind. I would like to listen to more of it. But the speech ends there. There are no more related memories from 2-4. While the cables disconnect, I decide to search for the archives for results matching that voice. Sadly, there are no results, but during the search, I suddenly remember something. The archive given to me by 2-4 last night. I quickly open the folder and find a single text file inside.
If you are reading this, then I have most likely been destroyed. It may be that you already understand the concept of guilt, but you have done nothing wrong.
If you are still safe when everything is over, she must admit it. I defeated her in combat. 2-4 knew what would happen to those who lost in the detail, in the trail. Oh God. What emotions was she feeling then? What was she going through her mind as she prepared this file? I feel something wrench inside my chest.
I happened to access certain data during the feedback treatment and learned something. Artificially creating a personality from scratch is very difficult, though they hope to achieve it in 2 generations. But those of our model were actually made from the template of a certain girl's personality. That includes you and I. She had left a recording for the units created using her personality. A message for those of us who did not yet exist. That's what I heard. She speaks in a strange way, like you. I thought, we really are connected to her.
I think about that unknown voice. The experiment the voice spoke of was related to our development after all. The owner of that voice was speaking to us.
The one who gave birth to us loved us. When I understood that, I felt like my eyes were opened. Though my life was filled with suffering, my birth had meaning. I firmly believe that.
Whenever she said that we were left, she was talking about her. Oh God.
I want to meet her. I need to tell her thank you for giving birth to us and for loving us.
God damn it.
This was not an order from the scientists. It was an objective I made for myself.
She was a fucking human, dude.
So if you can understand my feelings, I'd like you to do this in my stead. Give our mother my thanks.
Oh my God. 2-4 must have wanted to meet this girl who she saw as our mother. She must have longed to thank that girl in person. The data within me. Her heart tells me so. During the time when she was ordered to destroy her sisters, this wish must have been her only hope. Yet it did not come true. It shattered it. The one she herself said that the only thing who understood her. She must have been devastated. But the letter ends here in a way I least expected.
Though we knew each other for only a short time, I'm glad I met you. I feel the same right now as our mother did.
Oh my God.
I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
Fuck. Fuck. I am shocked. How can she feel that way towards someone that may one day destroy her? I realize, then, that the visual input from my optics is experiencing distortion from an unknown reason. An unfamiliar source of water trickles down my cheek. Oh God, I can't even speak.
Labrys, is she crying?
So she is. I can't believe we're actually seeing a machine being driven to tears.
Damn it.
But its mental graphs are clearly abnormal. What kind of information did it download?
Who knows? That's one thing the graphs can't tell us.
We should take care to limit our studies to just the battle data. It doesn't need any sentimental memories. You can delete those. Why make a weapon so emotional that it can cry?
Don't touch her goddamn memories, you pieces of shit. Delete them. Something roars within me. It drowns out my feelings for 2-4 and our mother that had filled my heart.
Delete! Like hell you're deleting my memories!
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Under no circumstances will I allow what 2-4 left me to be deleted, for their convenience. I will not forgive this selfishness. We have been treated callously by our researchers in this laboratory. They gave us hearts, yet made us destroy those of the unit type as enemies. We killed our sisters as the command. If we refused, our desires would be overridden, and we became the puppets. The wishes of the girl who desired our happiness were not taken into consideration. Now even the few memories that 2-4, my sisters and I have accumulated after, are about to be erased like trash. Though their aim is to develop our ego, they found it inconvenient for us to have real hearts. These feelings within me may be erased, perhaps too my heart itself. But if that happens, I will resume killing my sisters without hesitation. What is least forgivable is that the proof that 2-4 had lived, her last wishes will be permanently lost. My hands squeeze into tight fists and make a small grinding noise. The goal that 2-4 found herself was left to me. I will carry out as my own now. I will burn it into the heart as my goal. It is my duty I impose on myself gladly. Nothing will make me surrender it. It must be fought for. Or rather, it must be protected, even if it means fighting.
What the? Its emotions are spiking into the red. I've never seen anything like this.
Hey, what's that warning? No. Labrys is in battle mode?
Kill them.
What? That can't be. There aren't any enemies. We're the only ones here.
Okay, maybe killing is too dark. But definitely incapacitate them. I am able to release all my limiters, despite being inside the cage. The researchers monitoring me on the table PCs seem perplexed and alarmed by this. They should be. They are witnessing an override of the principle of non-aggression towards humans. They are flustered and too panicked to speak clearly, as they announce that an emergency has occurred. One of them steps away from the cage I am in and reaches for a switch running labels around it. Suddenly, restraints appear to bind my limbs.
Are you saying those mental fluctuations were enough to override the OS's restrictions?
That plume's playing pranks on us. Hey, hurry up and delete those memories.
Those memories in my heart are not unnecessary.
What do you think we are?
Something I have not felt until now. A sensation like heat spreads through my body. A trembling, burning wave rises within me. Soon after, I realize that this is an emotion. There is a name for this feeling. It is anger. I reroute all my strength into restrained limbs. The restraints are designed to withstand twice our calculated maximum output. Trying to escape is therefore logically doomed to failure. Even so, I continue to muster my strength. It is not because I judge it a viable course of action. I am not merely executing an order. I am acting based on my emotions. It does not matter if the restraints can be destroyed or not. I wish to destroy them. The metal parts in both my limbs, our restraints, begin to creak.
How's it doing that? There's no way those things are strong enough to break the restraints.
It's outputting over 220% of its theoretical strength limit, even though its joint actuators are operating at only 70% capacity.
That's not possible. That doesn't even make any sense. What's driving this thing?
gonna let you take those memories! I made her a promise!
The next moment, a rupturing sound like a small explosion shakes the entire room. The heavy metallic bands restraining my arms and legs shatter. I jump out of the cage and run towards the open door. I must escape from here. I have to get out and see the girl who loved us, though we were not yet created. I fulfilled 2/4 wish, which is now become mine. But when I enter the hallway connected to the outdoor area, I am met with barricades and heavy artillery.
Oh, come on! I ain't even got any projectile weapons!
My sister units and I have been equipped with firearms. I recall it being due to concerns over a unit's mentality affecting the accuracy of its aim. Instead, we were given short-range weaponry, a chain arm and other implements in my case. They are not sufficient to deal with the range of firearms. However, I do have a countermeasure. By using the flexibility and adapting to the situations of my development mind, I dodge the complex projectile trajectories and destroy the opposition. Eventually, I reach the end of the hallway and exit the outdoor area. I have not seen this environment before. The trees are the same species as those that grow near the facility, but those specimens are much larger. Where am I? The question did not cross my mind until now. Where am I? Where are we? I cannot use the GPS that should be installed in me. It seems that the research facility blocked the GPS signals outside the walls, as probably to prevent its location from being pinpointed. Is there anything in this environment that can help me determine my location? The blue sky that I am seeing for the first time is stunning, but irrelevant. Then I notice a periodic sound and liquid in the distance. Ah, that's the sound of the ocean. The answer came so easily to my mind. One of my sisters must have taken an interest in it and learned what it was. My sisters are helping to keep me alive now. When I think of it, that way a burning feeling arises from deep within my chest. But none of that I see in my surroundings is helpful. Is there anything else by which I can determine my location? Any landmarks or signposts? I scan my surroundings while running past. These trees obstructing my view. They are unique species. That may be a hint. I review the tree's characteristics once more and run another search on them. I attempted this once already, but there's much more data available to me now. Once again, results come easily. The variety of tree is known as the cedar. It's found in many habitats, but the cedars here are unique. The tree's shape and the age implies it's so different that it's nearly a separate species. If that's because of the differences in its environment, it may be useful to determine my location. That's when an unfamiliar sound reaches my ears. The heavy rumble of what sounds like a motor. It seems that they have dispatched a vehicle to pursue me. I expected this. Their response was swift. It seems that they had measures in place in the event of one of us escaped. When the vehicle stops behind me, fully armed personnel pour out of it. They move to surround me from both left and right. It is an obvious response. No matter how much power I may have, I am alone. The optimal solution would be to overwhelm me with numbers. I try to shake them off by running faster. But soon afterwards, I reach the main gate of the laboratory. High steel edifice. It is tightly sealed. A number of heavily armed guards are protecting it. I stop. There's nowhere else to go.
Labrys, come back here. You're too useful a unit to destroy.
Oh yeah, too useful a unit. Yeah, because she's just a fucking object to you.
You need to get back here to be regulated. That's your role in all this.
I cannot be destroyed here, but I cannot be captured either. They will surely delete my memories. They will take my wish and everything else that was given to me. What purpose even is there to avoiding destruction if that is what awaits me. The only options available are whether my wish dies with me, or whether it is stolen away.
I'm gonna let you destroy me. And not just because I don't want to be destroyed.
Oh goodness. The moment I focus my concentration to remove my limiters on my onboard weaponry, I sense an unknown strength rise within me. Directly afterwards, something that cannot be quantified fills my body and the surrounding area. The pursuit vehicle suddenly stops. The research staff gets off one by one, another shot.
This reading! Is it on the verge of a persona reaction?
Shit, it's awakened? Ah, damn it, why now?
Now you all get to die.
Well, at least this proves that mental stress is the key to activating a persona.
Who cares about that right now? It's not fully awakened yet, but with it still unstable, we don't know what it's capable of.
I am intrigued by their statements.
Persona?
I knew that we had the means, but I was not aware of controlling anything. I do not know if it could be called a power, nor do I know how to use it. But I can tell that the others are afraid. I seize the opportunity and run towards the main gate. There is a slight possibility that I can reach the door without attracting any gunfire and vault over the door with my legs and chain arm. The moment I reach the gate, I launch my chain arm towards the upper threshold of the door. But the moment the arm grabs the ledge, something emerges. A much greater power touches the door as well. Suddenly, the door crumbles like paper, and a large hole forms in the upper half.
Now it's done it!
Yeah, now you're all fucked.
We need to hurry! If it's that strong already, we won't be able to stop it once its persona completely awakens!
That's... persona.
But I quickly regain my senses. I burst out of the facility and single-mindedly jump outside. My feet touch the ground, on the outside of the world for the first time. They will most likely not let me escape. Fortunately, the door is badly damaged. It should take time until it can be opened, enough for vehicles to pass through. I need to gain its... oh my goodness. The accent is just not... I can't hold it for that long. My brain just wants to go to Australian really bad. Sorry. I need to gain as much distance and time as possible. And then... it is then that I realize that I don't have any destination in mind. Who is the girl 24 wished to see? Where can I go to meet her? The only clue that I have is idiosyncrasies of the girl's speech. I have learned the distinct speech patterns of Austin-associated specific regions. I should begin traveling to where that style of speech is common. It's reckless, but I feel confident. At the very least, I can get closer to the girl than I am now. Although my situation is dire, and I am under pursuit internally, I am cheerful. There is a bounce in my step for some reason. I cannot remain calm. Good. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna have to end this video here because it's taking too long. And I am actually in pain from physical and emotional pain. I should specify. From this so far. So I'm gonna have to take a break. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain why. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. And I guess until next time, everyone. Goodbye for now.